Of ambassadors from France, Germany, the United States, and Nigeria. The nation's new military government, which assumed power following a coup on July 26th, made a significant move by ordering the departure of French ambassador Sylvain Ite within 48 hours. This step was taken against the backdrop of increasingly strained relations between Niger and its former colonial ruler, France. The current wave of anti-French sentiment, akin to sentiments seen in neighboring Burkina Faso and Mali, Guinea, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, and Algeria, played a role in shaping this decision. Locals have voiced concerns about the interference by France in the internal affairs of Niger. The new military government, acting through the appointed foreign ministry, announced the expulsion as a response to actions it deemed detrimental to Niger's interests by the French government. One such action was the French ambassador's failure to acknowledge an invitation to meet with Niger's new foreign minister. France's government promptly rebuffed the new military government's order, reiterating its stance of not recognizing the authority of the military rulers. The French Foreign Ministry emphasized that the ambassador's mandate stems solely from Niger's legitimate elected authorities. This strong response came in the aftermath of ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States, issuing threats of military intervention to reverse the coup that unseated President Mohamed Bazoum. France, aligned with ECOWAS, has consistently advocated for the restoration of President Bazoum's leadership. The presence of 1,500 French soldiers stationed in Niger underscores France's involvement in aiding Bazoum's efforts to combat long-standing jihadist forces in the region. In a parallel development, news has surfaced online, conveying the ordered departures of the US and German ambassadors under similar circumstances as the French envoy. Adding insult to injury, France has yet to acknowledge the new military government's decision, taken in early August, to invalidate several military agreements with France. The French government contends that these agreements were initially entered into with Niger's recognized authorities. This development echoes the post-coup trajectories observed in Mali and Burkina Faso, where French forces were expelled and established connections were severed. Niger's strategic significance as a major global uranium producer and as a pivotal location for foreign troops from France, the United States and other nations engaged in controlling the region further, amplifies the gravity of this situation. The nation's assertive actions resonate as a declaration of its autonomy and its determination to chart an independent course in the face of complex geopolitical dynamics. Let us know in the comments below if you found this video informative. Please show your support by liking and sharing this video for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. And always remember, Africa is watching.
Here is your eyewitness news. News told by real Africans and not Western journalists.
We're here because we're fed up with France and the politics of blacks who hide behind the people in order to play to be Westerners. We're fed up because we gave an ultimatum to the French to leave our territory, because they're there just to ruin our lives, not to help us, but to plunder us and take our resources.
The CNSP saved us from this slavery in which we lived for hundreds of years. If only we were free. Because we are not free, we do not have our total autonomy. So today, the heroes, the CNSP has freed us from this suffering. Before you spoke, we closed you. We blocked your mouth. If it wasn't for the CNSP, we wouldn't even be there today.
Let us know in the comments below what you think of what our witnesses had to say. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching the Eyewitness News, told by real Africans and not Western journalists. And always remember, Africa is watching.
Here is your latest Africa news. China says Africa will achieve food self-sufficiency through its own efforts. Today's video is sponsored by Tundalaniran Farms. Please watch till the end to taste and grow Africa. China is committed to allocating more resources towards Africa's industrialization and agricultural production, as well as providing training to thousands of African students in their respective professional fields. This assurance was given by Chinese President Xi Jinping to African leaders during the conclusion of the BRICS summit held in Johannesburg. Xi stated, China will harness its resources to assist Africa in nurturing its manufacturing sector and in advancing industrialization and economic diversification. President Xi emphasized that China will allocate additional resources to support and invest in industrialization initiatives. Notably, Beijing plans to aid African nations in expanding their wheat plantations and encourage Chinese enterprises to enhance agricultural investment within Africa, including boosting seed production. Xi expressed his conviction that Africa possesses the potential to attain self-sufficiency in food production through its independent endeavors. In a collective statement released at the summit's conclusion, the Chinese government affirmed its endorsement of the African Union's bid to become a full member of the Group of 20. The statement highlighted Africa's positive reception of China's backing for the continent's industrialization, talent development, and agricultural modernization. Co-chairing the meeting, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa remarked that China's Belt and Road Initiative has catalyzed fresh investments in roads, railways, ports, and energy across the continent. Ramaphosa underscored how investments in infrastructure stimulate innovation and productivity, reduce transactional costs, and ultimately enhance Africa's integration and connectivity. He further emphasized the pivotal role of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, in the continent's growth. In response, China has committed to funding the operations of AFCFTA's Secretariat.
Today's video is sponsored by Tundalaniran Farms. If you're interested in trying Africa's natural and healthy agricultural products, you're in luck. All you have to do is visit tulanfoods.com and Tulan Foods Amazon shop to taste authentic, natural African food. You can try their seedless and sliced dates fruit, which features the best exotic breeds and serves as an excellent substitute for refined sugar due to its natural sugars. Also available are moringa seeds, which boast tremendous health benefits along with great advantages for skin and hair. Another favorite is their yam flour, a healthy, gluten-free option perfect for making nutritious pancakes. For those in the diaspora who wish to partake in Africa's agricultural revolution and grow their assets through agriculture, Tundalaniran Farms offers the best one-of-a-kind one-stop shop service. This service enables you to expand your wealth portfolio through authentic agricultural farmlands in the Tundalaniran Farms estate. In their estate, you can acquire acres of land free from any encumbrance or government acquisition. Their dedicated team of lawyers and surveyors ensures that your ownership documents are processed swiftly, on time, and hassle-free, and it doesn't stop there. With their experienced farm managers and proven farming processes and techniques, you can have your agricultural land managed, earning you a passive income from your wealth asset as it continues to appreciate in value. Check the description for more information.
We're talking about leadership because we're talking about leadership to deliver with people certain goods around development.
Welcome to the African Leadership Series, where we bring you great inspirational speeches of African leaders.
Visit somebody, in this case, when you have visited us, I don't want to give a speech. I don't want to give a speech to my guests. I want to have a conversation, heart-to-heart conversation. It will be strange for me to host visitors and then I take a piece of paper and start reading. That is out of the ordinary in terms of the cultural aspects of ourselves. So I want, we're talking about leadership, we're talking about Pan-Africanism, we're talking about the change that we should have had long ago and still want to have. And of course, questions always come up about why are we where we are today? Meaning Rwanda, meaning Nigeria, meaning Africa. And it's not a simple matter, because Africa, I don't think anyone, certainly I know for Nigeria and for ourselves, I know better about our country, of course. I don't think anyone is happy that Africa is where it is when you look at the rest of the world. We should be in a much better place than where we are. There's no question about it. And maybe we'll continue to have a conversation about that. And why is it common to all of us, meaning Africans, from north, south, east, west, central, wherever? And my problem has always been and continues to be, and we have conversations among ourselves, leaders of this continent, but still we don't see much progress. Why, with all the people, resources of all kinds? We're talking about leadership because we're talking about leadership to deliver with people certain goods around development, security, stability, development, good governance, all kinds of things. We're also talking about Pan-Africanism because we are saying there is a common problem across the continent. So we really have the same questions to answer. And who else is going to do that? It's you and me. But it's also those people that we lead that must be part of it. So how do we break out of this cycle or continent? And when I talk about breaking out of this cycle, I mean, sometimes you have to start a little bit from the beginning, a little bit of history needs to be put into account. We are not where we are, that we are not happy about by accident. Or we are not staying there and not making the headways we want to make, again, not by accident. It's because of certain things we can identify, talk about, you know, your place, in my place, in some other African's place. Things you can feel and touch and that can actually be addressed. Now, the bigger question is, and that's what I mentioned earlier, because we have to be examining why are we where we are when the desire was to be completely in a much better place. And why does it happen when you have actually everything that we need to be where we want to be? That now comes around the same word that is repeated very often by everybody, everywhere, and so on and so forth. And that's leadership. But leadership alone is not a panacea. It has many things that interact with that. You have to be feeling hard-pressed about the problems of where you are coming from. You have therefore to be having a vision to say, but that's really where I want to be, and that's the way to get there. In fact, and in short,
Please feel free to give your opinions in the descriptions below, what you think about the speech. Did you love it? Did you like it? Do you disagree with it? Do you agree with it? Please let us know in the comments below. That's important. Discussing these issues is very important. So now with that said, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Share this video with friends and family. It's the best way for YouTube to spread this video further, okay? So it's been me, Mikey Mushi from Tunacheki. And always remember, Africa is watching.
Here is your latest Africa news. An ongoing military coup is taking place in Gabon following contentious elections. The country has been under the rule of a father and son since 1967. A group of senior Gabonese military officers announced that they have seized power. This announcement came moments after the state election body declared President Ali Bongo the winner of Saturday's general election. Appearing on the state-run television channel Gabon 24, the officers stated that they represented all security and defense forces in the Central African nation. They have declared the election results null and void, closed all borders until further notice, and dissolved state institutions. President Ali Bongo has been in power in Gabon since 2009 and is widely seen as a French puppet who gets rewarded for managing France's hegemony over Gabon. Bongo allegedly owns several properties in France, just like his father. The former president, Omar Bongo of Gabon, who held 70 bank accounts, owned 39 apartments, and possessed 2 Ferraris, 6 Mercedes-Benz cars, 3 Porsches, and a Bugatti in France. He governed for 42 years, from 1967 to 2009, before handing over power to his son. His son, Ali Bongo, has held the presidency since 2009, but he has just been overthrown in a coup. If successful, this coup would mark the 8th one in West and Central Africa since 2020. Coups in Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Chad, and Niger have garnered significant popularity across the continent and have been perceived as movements towards greater independence from French exploitation and broader Western imperialism. Let us know in the comments below if you found this video informative. Please show your support by liking and sharing this video for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. And always remember, Africa is watching. Here is your latest Africa news. For all our English-speaking audiences, here is the Army officer's spokesperson English communique that launched the coup in Gabon.
Spokesperson for mutinous army officers. Communique, our beautiful country, Gabon has always been a haven of peace. Today, this country is going through a grave institutional, political, economic, and social crisis. Also, we have to admit that the organization of electoral deadlines, so-called general elections, from August 26, 2023, did not fulfill the conditions for a transparent, credible, and inclusive ballot, so hoped for by Gabonese men and women. Added to this is the irresponsible and unpredictable governance, which results in continuous degradation of social cohesion, threatening to lead the country into chaos. This day, August 30th, 2023, we, Defense and Security Forces, reunited within the Committee for the Transition and the Restoration of the Institutions, CTRI, on behalf of the Gabonese people, and as guarantor of the protection of institutions, have decided to defend the peace by ending the regime in place. For this purpose, the general elections of August 28, 2023, as well as its falsified results, are cancelled. Borders are closed until further notice. All the institutions of the Republic are dissolved. In particular, the government, the Senate, the National Assembly, the Constitutional Court, the Economic, Social and Environmental Council, and the Gabonese Election Council. We call on the people and the communities of the brotherly countries settled in Gabon, as well as Gabonese in the diaspora, for calm and serenity. We reaffirm our attachment to the respect of Gabon's commitment towards the national and international community. Gabonese people, it's actually our wish that God and the ghosts of our ancestors bless Gabon. Honor and fidelity to the fatherland. Thank you.
Let us know in the comments below if you found this video informative. Please show your support by liking and sharing this video for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. And always remember, Africa is watching.
And I'm to send a message to all the friends that we have all over the world, to tell them to make noise, for the people here have arrested me.
Here is your latest Africa news. A video is circulating of the recently ousted Gabonese president Ali Bongo, begging for help from his so-called international friends instead of appealing to his fellow countrymen. Watch the video and let us know what you think of his pleas.
I'm Ali Bongo Ondimba, president of Gabon, and I'm to send a message to all the friends that we have all over the world to tell them to make noise, For the people here have arrested me and my family. My son is somewhere, my wife is in another place, and I'm at the residence. Right now, I'm in the residence and nothing is happening. I don't know what's going on. So I'm calling you to make noise, really. I'm thanking you.
Meanwhile, citizens can be seen celebrating throughout the capital, Libreville, in response to the peaceful coup, rejoicing in the streets.
Coup de la démocratie.
Let us know in the comments below if you found this video informative. Please show your support by liking and sharing this video for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. And always remember, Africa is watching.
Here is your eyewitness news. News told by real Africans and not Western journalists.
Our new Independence Day is August 30th, no longer August 17th. Now it's independence. Our country is being freed. We are free. We have the right to be free and to express ourselves freely. We didn't know we could be freed. Today we are free. It is Independence's celebration today. It is no longer August 17th.
Thank God for touching Gabonese hearts through the army, the military, the soldiers, the National Guard, the firefighters, all the Gabonese that came out. We have walked all the way to here. Our prophet told us to first go home and then wait for the signal to come out.
I want to give out a big thank you to the Army. I thank the General Major of the Army for everything they have done. This is really a big move. They showed the Gabonese that they are with us. I hope the new president can come out and see us Gabonese who are jobless and acknowledge that we support him.
Let us know in the comments below what you think of what our witnesses had to say. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching the Eyewitness News, told by real Africans and not Western journalists. And always remember, Africa is watching.
Here is your latest Africa news. Niger instructs police to forcefully expel the French ambassador. Niger's military government has issued an order for the police to forcibly expel the French ambassador, following the ambassador's public refusal to leave Niger. Earlier, France had arrogantly stated that the military government of Niger lacked the authority to dictate their actions within the country. The leaders of the coup are adopting a strategy similar to that of neighboring countries like Mali and Burkina Faso, distancing themselves from the region's former colonial power in the face of rising anti-French sentiment in West Central and North Africa. The visas of French Ambassador Sylvain Ité and his family have been revoked, and the police have been instructed to carry out the expulsion of the envoy. This directive was announced in an official statement dated August 29th by Niger authorities and confirmed as authentic by the head of communications. In response to actions by France deemed contrary to the interests of Niger, the military government of Niger has mandated Ité's departure from the country within 48 hours. These actions notably included the envoy's refusal to engage with an invitation to meet Niger's new foreign minister. France, which often behaves as though it still owns its former African colonial territories, is facing difficulties in maintaining its control in the territories referred to as Franca-Afrique. Recent events, such as the coup in Gabon this week, marked the 8th successful coup since 2020 in West and Central Africa, collectively known as Franca-Afrique. Many across the continent perceive this wave of coups as a fresh struggle for independence from France and the broader Western powers, which many hold responsible for exploiting natural resources and hijacking their economies. Let us know in the comments below if you found this video informative. Please show your support by liking and sharing this video for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. And always remember, Africa is watching. Here is your latest Africa news. Security heightened at the French embassy in Niamey, the capital of Niger, after the deadline for the expulsion of the French ambassador passes. Authorities were seen taking stringent security measures, including systematic searches of vehicles entering and leaving the French embassy in Niamey on Friday, as the deadline set by the country's leadership for the departure of French ambassador Sylvain Ité from the country expired. A squad of police and armed soldiers from the Niger forces was deployed around the embassy premises, while regular checks were performed on passing vehicles, as seen in the footage. Earlier, France had arrogantly stated that the military government of Niger lacked the authority to dictate their actions within the country. The coup are adopting a strategy similar to that of neighboring countries like Mali and Burkina Faso, distancing themselves from the region's former colonial power in the face of rising anti-French sentiment in West Central and North Africa. The visas of French Ambassador Sylvain Ité and his family have been revoked, and the police have been instructed to carry out the expulsion of the envoy. This directive was announced in an official statement dated August 29th by Niger authorities and confirmed as authentic by the head of communications. In response to actions by France deemed contrary to the interests of Niger, the military government of Niger has mandated Ité's departure from the country within 48 hours. These actions notably included the envoy's refusal to engage with an invitation to meet Niger's new foreign minister. France, which often behaves as though it still owns its former African colonial territories, is facing difficulties in maintaining its control in the territories referred to as Franca-Afrique. Recent events, such as the coup in Gabon this week, mark the 8th successful coup since 2020 in West and Central Africa, collectively known as Franca-Afrique. Many across the continent perceive this wave of coups as a fresh struggle for independence from France and the broader Western powers, which many hold responsible for exploiting natural resources and hijacking their economies. Let us know in the comments below if you found this video informative. Please show your support by liking and sharing this video for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. And always remember, Africa is watching. Here is your eyewitness news. News told by real Africans, not Western journalists.
What you see, it's never been seen before. It's historic. Do you have a drone to travel above? The objective is, we said, to bring together 1 million people here. Look at the top. And I think that from this day on, here we will give a 1-week ultimatum to France to get its soldiers out of Niger. Otherwise, next week we will bring together 3 million. And if they do not leave our country, we can freely enter the base and march peacefully in our base. Because these are lands that belong to us, the people of Niger. They are not French lands. This is clear and this must be done. We have been very clear.
As you can see, we had a target of mobilizing 1 million people from Niger from today, especially over 3 days. That is to say, from today, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, which is the 3rd of September. This is to record the inevitable and imperative departure of the French forces in accordance with the decision of our legitimate authorities. Today, we are here to say that the people of Niger are standing up more than ever, mobilized and determined to assume their revolt. Vis-à-vis this colonialist France, vis-à-vis this imperialist France.
Sai ka zo a nan Niger, na azzalumai sun ka shigo, sun ka kamuna bala'i da musiba. Allah ka al-Muharram. Watan al-Muharram, wata ne na tarihi. Yanzu ba siyasa ce magana ba. Kuma waɗannan sojawa maganar ƙasa ce, ba wanda ya kamata ya ja da baya. Qur'ana ra ولن يجعل الله للكافرين على المؤمنين سبيلا.
Please let us know in the comments below what you think of what our witnesses had to say. Kindly interact with this video by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. These small interactions with our video really help us out with the YouTube algorithms. Thank you for watching our eyewitness news. News told by real Africans and not Western journalists. And always remember, Africa is watching. Here is your latest Africa news. In a viral video, French President Emmanuel Macron made a stupid and arrogant claim, stating that without the French, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger would no longer exist. He made these controversial remarks during his annual address to French ambassadors. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Without the French intervention, if our troops had not died in action in Africa, if the Sahel and Balkan operations had not been launched, today we wouldn't be talking about Mali, Burkina Faso, or Niger. Those states would no longer exist.
African analyst Michael Omare promptly criticized the French president's statement. He pointed out that prior to NATO's invasion of Libya and the assassination of its president Muammar Gaddafi, there were only 10 terrorist attacks in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger put together. This is in stark contrast to the situation after the NATO and French intervention in Libya, which destabilized the entire Sahel region, leading to a staggering 600+ terrorist attacks in the 3 countries. To make matters worse, Following France's launch of Operation Barkhane, the so-called anti-insurgent operation in the Sahel, more than 2,130 terrorist attacks were further recorded in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. This invalidates the French president's claims that France saved Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, as well as his statement that without the French, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger would no longer exist. The statement should be revised to without France, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger would be much, much safer. Without NATO's invasion of Libya, the whole of the Sahel would have been secure. But due to NATO's invasion of Libya in 2011 and the French military presence in the Sahel since 2013, terrorist attacks have spread from Mali to Niger and Burkina Faso, resulting in over 2,500 incidents in 2021 and causing more than 6,000 innocent African deaths. The data clearly shows the results before and after France's so-called intervention in the Sahel. The data further reveals that France presents a significant threat to Africa. Macron, in the speech to his ambassadors, added, "Our international order is being challenged. War has returned to European soil. Anti-French sentiment is rife, fueled by anti-colonialism or a perceived anti-colonialism that a double standard is being employed," he said. French sentiments have given rise to a substantial anti-French movement in North, Central, and West Africa, ultimately leading to the collapse of its Franco-Afrique neo-colonial empire. Let us know in the comments below if you found this video informative. Please show your support by liking and sharing this video for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. And always remember, Africa is watching. Here is your latest Africa news. Clashes broke out between supporters of the Eritrean government celebrating Eritrea Day and anti-Eritrean protesters in front of the Eritrean embassy in Tel Aviv. The confrontations resulted in over 100 injuries and the arrest of 39 individuals. Similar unrest was observed at another Eritrean cultural event in Germany, where protesters of Tigray ethnicity presented themselves as anti-Eritrean activists, leading to violence breaking out during the celebration. Israeli police reportedly used stun grenades, among other measures, to disperse Eritrean government supporters and opponents of President Isaias Afwerki, who clashed during the Eritrea Day celebrations organized by the Eritrean embassy. These clashes occurred during an event marking Revolution Day, commemorating the beginning of the Eritrean War of Independence in 1961. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu convened a special ministerial committee meeting in Jerusalem on Sunday in response to the recent outbreak of violent riots involving Eritrean immigrants in Tel Aviv. Here's what he had to say about the violent riots.
The massive illegal infiltration into Israel from Africa constituted a tangible threat to the future of Israel as a Jewish and democratic state. We blocked this threat by building a fence, which entailed overcoming the opposition of the security establishment and political rivals. When we blocked it, we completely stopped the infiltration. And I am proud that my government that did this. There remains the problem of those who entered before the fence was completed. Some tens of thousands of illegal infiltrators who entered the country. We voluntarily repatriated 12,000 of them with various incentives and measures. We wanted more. We proposed a series of steps, including the deposit, but unfortunately, all of them were rejected by the High Court of Justice.
Approximately 20,000 Eritrean asylum seekers currently reside in Israel. Many of them are now concerned that these recent actions by anti-Eritrean protesters may lead to the deportation of all Eritrean asylum seekers. Let us know in the comments below if you found this video informative. Please show your support by liking and sharing this video for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. And always remember, Africa is watching.
So with that said, thank you for everybody who tuned in. We appreciate you guys. As always, please share this video after it finishes to friends and family. Please like this video It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. That's how YouTube knows it's a good video, and it will keep recommending it to more people, spreading our message, okay? So we really appreciate you guys. And as always, it's been me, Mike Mushi from Tunachiki, and Africa is watching. Bye, guys.